Beyond survival, the revolutionary power of thriving. Welcome to the BlackCEO Podcast, where we dive deep into the stories that challenge, inspire, and transform. Today, we're in for a treat that's going to shake up your world and maybe, just maybe, change your life. We have the extraordinary privilege of sharing insights from a true warrior of resilience, a beacon of hope, and a revolutionary in the realm of wellness, Beverly Grandison. Now, before we dive in, let me paint the picture for you. Imagine a force of nature wrapped in human form. That's Beverly. A retired Army captain who didn't just serve our country, but continues to serve humanity with every breath she takes. Her journey from military powerhouse to wellness strategist isn't just inspiring. It's a wake-up call for every single one of us who's ever felt stuck, overwhelmed, or resigned to a life of mere existence. Beverly Grandison isn't just changing lives, she's redefining what it means to live. Her impact ripples through communities, transforming not just individual health, but our collective understanding of what it means to truly thrive. She's the embodiment of resilience, a living testament to the power of the human spirit. And today, we have the honor of diving into her world. So buckle up, folks. This isn't your average feel-good story. This is a revolution in the making, and you're invited to the front lines. Have you ever wondered what it would take to completely transform your life, to go from surviving to truly thriving? Well, get ready, because we're about to explore exactly that. Picture this. You're standing at the pinnacle of your career. You've climbed the ladder, broken through glass ceilings, and you're poised for greatness. The world is your oyster, as they say. Now, imagine that in the blink of an eye, the rug is pulled out from under you. Your body, once your greatest ally, suddenly becomes your biggest challenge. This wasn't a hypothetical for Beverly. This was her reality. At the height of her military career, a diagnosis of multiple sclerosis came crashing down like a ton of bricks. But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. Instead of waving the white flag, Beverly chose to rise. Her diagnosis didn't end her story. It redirected it. Now let's pause for a moment. How many of us, when faced with a life-altering challenge, would have the courage to see it not as an ending, but as a new beginning? Beverly's response to her diagnosis is a powerful reminder that our greatest setbacks can become our most profound comebacks. But this isn't just about overcoming illness. Oh no, it's so much more than that. It's about recognizing that we all deserve so much more. More health, more purpose, more joy. Not because of our resumes, our responsibilities, or even how strong we've had to be, but because we were created for a life of vitality, clarity, and impact. A life where we don't just exist, we thrive. Beverly's journey led her to a profound realization, one that she shared during our interview, and one that I believe has the power to change lives. It doesn't matter how much money you make or have, how much you work out, how much makeup you wear, or how religious you think you are. Without your health, nothing else matters. Let that sink in for a moment. How many of us are living our lives on autopilot, grinding, performing, pushing through pain with a smile until our bodies wave the white flag? Beverly's story is a wake-up call, a reminder that we don't have to wait for a crisis to start prioritizing our well-being. When Beverly and her husband decided to lean into healing, they didn't just change their diet, they revolutionized their entire approach to life. They started using food as medicine, embraced intermittent fasting, and simplified their routines to focus on what truly matters. And here's a powerful insight Beverly shared that might just flip your world upside down. Peace is the new power. In a world that often equates success with constant hustle and burnout, this statement is nothing short of revolutionary. It challenges us to reconsider what true strength and influence look like. What if the key to unlocking our full potential isn't in doing more, but in being more intentional with what we do? Beverly's healing journey didn't look like perfection. It wasn't about green smoothies and yoga poses on Instagram. It looked like getting back to basics, breathing deeply, resting intentionally, nourishing her body with real food, and surrounding herself with people who actually made her feel safe, seen, and supported. This approach is a stark contrast to the quick fix solutions and fad diets that dominate our culture. It's about sustainable, holistic wellness that addresses not just the body, but the mind and spirit as well. One of the most inspiring aspects of Beverly's story is how she's taken her personal transformation and used it to impact others. She now hosts Salad in a Jar workshops, not just to teach healthy eating, but to create a space where community and wellness intersect. Think about that for a moment. How often do we separate our health goals from our need for connection and community? Beverly's approach reminds us that true wellness is holistic. It encompasses not just what we eat, but how we connect with others and our environment. But she didn't stop there. Oh no, Beverly doesn't do anything halfway. She and her husband are also helping others take back control of their food through vertical gardens, a sustainable way to grow fresh produce right at home without the overwhelm of traditional gardening. This initiative is brilliant in its simplicity. It addresses multiple issues at once: food security, environmental sustainability, and personal empowerment. It's a tangible way for people to reconnect with their food and, by extension, their health. Now, I want you to hear this message that Beverly emphasized, because it's one that so many of us were never told. Your body is not broken. You are not too far gone, and you are not too busy to heal. How many of us have internalized the opposite message, that we're beyond help, that it's too late to change, or that we simply don't have the time to prioritize our health? Beverly's story and her work challenge these limiting beliefs head on. We've been sold the lie that self-care is selfish or a luxury. But the truth, it's survival, especially for the leaders, caregivers, and high achievers who carry so much and pause so little. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't lead when you're depleted. You can't change the world when you're running on fumes. And here's the biggest mistake Beverly sees, one that I believe we all need to hear. People waiting for a breakdown to start living like they matter. Let that resonate for a moment. How many of us are living this way right now? Pushing ourselves to the brink, ignoring the warning signs, thinking we'll address our health someday when things slow down. But here's the hard truth. That someday may never come if we don't make a change now. Beverly's journey from a thriving military career to a devastating diagnosis and into becoming a beacon of health and hope for others is a powerful testament to human resilience. But it's also a call to action for all of us. We don't have to wait for a crisis to start valuing ourselves and our health. So, what can we learn from Beverly's transformative journey? What are the key takeaways that we can apply to our own lives, regardless of where we are on our health journey? First, you are worthy of rest and nourishment, not just rewards and recognition. In a culture that often values productivity above all else, this is a radical statement. It's permission to prioritize your well-being, not as a reward for hard work, but as a fundamental right. Second, small, consistent shifts can reverse years of damage. Beverly's approach to healing wasn't about drastic, unsustainable changes. It was about making small, intentional choices every day. This is incredibly empowering because it means that no matter where you're starting from, positive change is within reach. Third, you are not too old, too late, or too stuck to turn things around. Beverly's transformation began at a point in her life when many might have given up. Her story is a powerful reminder that it's never too late to reclaim your health and rewrite your story. And finally, healing isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters. In a world that constantly tells us to do more, be more, achieve more, this insight is truly liberating. It's about quality over quantity, intention over distraction. Now, I want to share with you one of Beverly's favorite affirmations because I believe it has the power to shift your perspective and ignite change. I am worth the time it takes to heal. I am worth the effort it takes to change. I am worth the life I secretly dream about. Because I was never meant to just survive. I was born to thrive. Take a moment to let those words sink in. How would your life change if you truly believed this? If you acted as if this were undeniably true? Beverly's story and her message are not just about personal health. They're about reclaiming our power, our purpose, and our potential. They're about recognizing that we have the ability to change our lives, one small decision at a time. And they're about understanding that true wellness isn't just the absence of illness. It's the presence of vitality, purpose, and joy. But let's get real for a moment. This journey isn't always sunshine and rainbows. It's messy, it's challenging, and sometimes it feels downright impossible. Beverly didn't sugarcoat this reality. She shared with us the moments of doubt, the days when getting out of bed felt like climbing Mount Everest, the times when she questioned if it was all worth it. And you know what? That's exactly what makes her story so powerful. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. It's about showing up for yourself, even on the days when you'd rather pull the covers over your head and hide from the world. Beverly's journey reminds us that healing isn't linear. It's not a straight path from point A to point B. It's more like a winding road with unexpected turns, steep climbs, and sometimes breathtaking views that make it all worthwhile. One of the most profound insights Beverly shared was about the power of community in healing. She emphasized that while the journey to health is deeply personal, it doesn't have to be solitary. In fact, surrounding yourself with a supportive community can be the difference between giving up and pushing through. This is where Beverly's salad in a jar workshops come into play. These aren't just cooking classes, they're healing circles disguised as culinary adventures. Imagine a space where people come together, not just to learn about healthy eating, but to share their stories, their struggles, and their triumphs. A place where laughter mingles with the sound of chopping vegetables, where tears of recognition are wiped away with herb-stained fingers. In these workshops, Beverly has witnessed transformations that go far beyond diet. She's seen people rediscover their worth, rekindle their passion for life, and rebuild connections with others and themselves. It's a powerful reminder that healing doesn't happen in isolation. It flourishes in community. But Beverly's impact doesn't stop at the workshop door. Her vertical gardening initiative is another brilliant example of how small changes can create ripple effects of transformation. Picture this: urban dwellers, many of whom have never seen a vegetable grow outside of a supermarket, suddenly nurturing their own food from seed to harvest. These vertical gardens are more than just a source of fresh produce. They're a tangible connection to the earth, a daily reminder of our ability to nurture and create. For many, it's the first time they felt a sense of control over their food and, by extension, their health. One participant in Beverly's program, a single mother of three, shared how her vertical garden became a family project. Her children, once picky eaters, now eagerly await the ripening of tomatoes they planted themselves. This simple act of growing food has not only improved their diet, but has also strengthened their family bond and instilled a sense of accomplishment and self reliance. Another participant, a retired veteran struggling with PTSD, found unexpected peace in tending to his vertical garden. The act of nurturing plants became a form of meditation, a way to ground himself in the present moment. He reported that for the first time in years, he felt a sense of purpose and connection to the world around him. These stories illustrate a profound truth. Healing isn't just about what we put into our bodies, it's about how we engage with the world around us. It's about finding purpose, fostering connection, and rediscovering our innate ability to nurture and grow. Beverly's approach to wellness is holistic in the truest sense of the word. It's not just about diet and exercise, it's about reimagining our relationship with ourselves, our communities, and our environment. It's about recognizing that true health is a harmony of mind, body, and spirit. As we near the end of our time together, I want to challenge you to take Beverly's message to heart. Don't wait for a crisis to start prioritizing your health. Don't accept a life of mere survival when you were born to thrive. And don't buy into the lie that you're too busy, too old, or too far gone to make a change. Remember, you deserve so much more, more than just getting by, more than pushing through pain, more than settling for a life that doesn't light you up. You deserve vibrant health, deep purpose, and genuine joy. And the beautiful thing is, you can choose it starting today. So I'll leave you with this question. If you truly believe that you deserve more, more health, more purpose, more joy, what would you do differently starting right now? How would you treat yourself? What small change could you make today that your future self would thank you for? Beverly Grandison's journey from military captain to MS warrior to wellness revolutionary is a powerful reminder of the resilience of the human spirit. But more than that, it's an invitation to all of us to stop settling for survival and start embracing a life of thriving. You have the power to transform your life. You have the right to prioritize your well-being, and you have within you everything you need to start this journey. So I challenge you, don't wait, don't settle, choose to thrive, because here's the truth. The world needs you, not the exhausted, burnout version of you that's just getting by. The world needs the vibrant, energized, fully alive version of you, the you that's bursting with ideas, overflowing with compassion, ready to make your unique mark on the world. Imagine a world where we all showed up as our best selves, where we approached our lives, our work, our relationships from a place of wholeness rather than depletion.
That's the world Beverly is fighting for. That's the revolution she's inviting us to join. So, as we wrap up, I want you to think about one small step you can take today towards thriving. Maybe it's taking a few deep breaths before you start your day. Maybe it's swapping out one processed meal for a home cooked one. Maybe it's reaching out to a friend to start building that community of support. Whatever it is, commit to it. Not because you should, not because you have to, but because you deserve it, because you are worth it, because you were born to thrive. Remember, your health is your wealth, your peace is your power, and your potential for transformation is limitless. The journey from surviving to thriving starts with a single step. And that step, it starts now. Thank you for joining us on this transformative journey. Here's to thriving, not just surviving. Here's to choosing more starting today. And here's to you, the extraordinary, resilient, unstoppable force that you are. Now go out there and show the world what it means to truly thrive.